Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and I am working on a single pager with photos from San Francisco. So as you can see, I've got two 3x4 pockets and then I've got a 4x6, but I'm gonna have to do a flip for this one because under here I also have this photo, and instead of doing a 3x4 flip, I think I'm gonna do a 4x6. I don't do 4x6 flip outs nearly as much, and I think it's just because I tend to take more 3x4 photos, so I don't have as much call for it. But here, just to break up all the photos, I would like to have a journaling card where I don't have to journal on it, but it's got like a phrase, something in the background, so I need that as one card. And then I just need to find something that has a decent background for this. So two 4x6s, but one can just be kind of plain cardstock or with a pattern. The other one needs to have something on it, and then I can attach those, and then obviously I need to embellish. So that's what I've got going with this one. So I think I have found let me move this up a little bit. I think I found the 4x6 card I want in here that is just a background where I don't have to journal or anything, but it matches. I'm kind of digging this one, Our Happy Place, and I don't remember exactly where I got this. It could be Creative Memories. Maybe looks like maybe it's a design of theirs. I know I bought like some tropical themed stuff a while ago knowing I was going to California, so could be from that. But I love the colors in it. I think they match well, like especially this, like with the shirt I'm wearing, and then there's kind of this patina on this here, and I think that works well. Plus I've got green, plant life happening for stuff, and I definitely have that here. So I think that's what I'm gonna do there. So that makes it somewhat easy. But this one's going to be harder, I think. And there's part of me that wants to go pink because my friend is wearing a pink cardigan. There's a cute little pink party hat here. And so I'm wondering if I can find something that would work as a background in that color, or at least close to it. Doesn't have to be exact, but at least close to it. So I actually ended up having more options than I thought to go with this pink, or possibly go with it. I have this one, which is, it's bold. It's quite bold. That's what's on the other side. Definitely don't want that. But the color matches. But it is quite a statement. I would have to tone it down over here. Like, I'd have to make an embellishment cluster or something because it's quite busy. And then I have this one, just background paper. Obviously, it came as part of something else. I would use this side. That's better. I'm not crazy about the grid pattern. I like the polka dots better than I like the grid pattern. Now, here's something interesting. I must have had this in my stash forever. I have this 4x6 piece of paper that still has rounded corners, and I think I kept it just because I loved the paper so much. On the other side's blank. So it must have just been a piece of pattern paper that I cut down. I love it. It's the problem of it having rounded corners. So I'm wondering, should I cut it down just a little bit to get rid of the corners? And then, could I just put white behind it or something? Or should I just say screw it and just use it as is and not care that it has rounded corners? Because when it's in there, this will be the front, this could potentially be the inside, you will see the corners. You'll have a little bit of white poking out. I don't know that that's enough to bother me. I'm not sure. But I like it. Here's the last option though. Get this out of the way, move this. It's a similar color. These aren't that far off. This is a hair darker. I could use that side for sure. And it'd be easier to cluster things. But I just want to show you the other side. That's the other side. I love it. I love the paper. But I think it's too wild. It doesn't match. It's floral, and this is like outdoorsy plant life, but those do not go. They're not the same. So I'm kind of sad that maybe I can't use that side because I do actually really like it. But I think I'm going to end up doing it like this, kind of off center, and then I'll probably add in, I don't know, some washi or something around the sides to break it up, and then some embellishments. So when I was looking through embellishments, I found something I want to use, but it's not going to be on here because it's also pink. It's a lighter pink. It's more of a match maybe to this one or between these, but I thought maybe up here. because otherwise I don't have anything really planned for this page, and this is what you're going to see first when you look at the layout. I found this. It says, let's do what we love and do a lot of it. And that's kind of how we vacation. And I love that it could sit right there, and then it has a pink tone to it, and then these aren't that far off. So, you know, actually, I'm just going to put it on there right now before I change my mind. So that's going to go right up here in this corner. And then I think I'm going to put a little staple in there where the orange part is. Is that even? Yeah, I think that's even. Okay. Then, yeah, like that. Oh, this feels like it's getting empty. I better check that. But then that will sit up top. So right away, you will see two things that are pink. You'll see this and this, which I like. And just to be sure, let's check. Yep, look at that. I can normally tell when it's getting close, and if I remember, I can add staples right away, so I will do that. I chose to put both of those photos back in the page protector because I don't think I'm going to do anything with them. Since I have this up top, this will be, you know, on the inside, and then you'll see this. I don't want to overdo it. If I did anything, I might do something like up here, just stamp something, or maybe have something hanging over the edge, but I don't want it to compete with that pink hat. So we'll see about that. But for this one, actually I should have put it back this way. When it's open, it will be over here. So, you know what, actually, I think I'm going to go this way instead. And that way my embellishments are on the left side and not right up next to this card. So in looking at all these, I feel like this needs some green because there's green in this card, there's green in both of these photos. There's a little bit here, but not a lot. So I have pulled out my bag of green ephemera here, and I'm just going to dump a bunch out and start looking through there to see if there's anything I can use to cluster here. And then I could do a lighter pink if I wanted, and maybe even I could do this color. We'll see, but I'm going to start with the green. I found this ephemera piece in my stuff, and I really like it because if you look around the edge, it looks like it's tropical ferns, similar to what you're seeing here. So I want to use that, and I think I'm going to just place it kind of like this. But then I need stuff to layer over it. So, don't want to use more green because I have that. This is kind of a cream color, so I could go with a white. I could go with that lighter pink and mix it up a little bit. So maybe I'll pull out my pinks next, see what I find in there. I usually like to have at least 3. I like to have, you know, an odd number. But we'll see what I find in the pinks, and we'll go from there. All right, I think I'm gonna layer with this. I pulled this one thinking that was closer, and I don't hate it, but then I found these. And in both of our pictures, we're wearing sunglasses. So on the other side and here with my friend, she's wearing sunglasses. So I may do something like this, and then the little stamp on there is for Atlanta, which whatever. Clearly I'm not in Atlanta, and that's fine, but if I did like this, I could cover that up, and it would be a cute way to layer plus take care of that. So kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as it were. So I could do that, but then I need something else. I need 3, I feel like, and then maybe I would stamp down here or something. So I think I'm going to look for this color, maybe. Actually, I have this bag right here, so hopefully I'll find something in there. Okay, so I have this layered. I really like that. I like that the color's a little bit lighter, but then the writing is in green. That works really well with the color scheme I have going on here. I had also looked at these two. I like this one because I'm like, how the heck else am I gonna use that? But I didn't like the way it looked with this. I think this being wider actually helps in this case. So I'm not gonna use that. And then I had considered this too, and it was a similar problem. Like I just felt like the shape was weird. And if I'm gonna cover part of this, like I might as well cover that middle part, and it's kind of short. When I look at that, I don't know, I don't like that as much. I feel like this offers more, so I kind of do it like that. And I love that everything's kind of a little like off kilter. It's not perfectly straight, so I think I'm gonna go with that. I was trying to figure out what to put in here, and I thought I was gonna stamp. Now I don't think I am. I pulled out my brown stuff because I thought, well, could I fit something in there and then it would match the sculpture here? I just had this little cutout paper geotag, and I kind of like it. Now, do I like it better like this? Yes. But then I would have to layer there plus still find something for in the middle, and I kind of don't want to do that, if I'm honest. So I think I'm just going to put it like right there in the middle and call it good. And then I need to get out my flip and take off the adhesive and make the rest of this thing so that it's cohesive. But I think this is it. All I have to do is put it together. Well, guess what, people? I didn't look beforehand. I am out of 4x6 photo flips. I did not know that. I don't remember using the last one, but obviously I did somewhere. So shoot, I can't put it completely together, which kind of sucks, but you know what it's gonna look like. It'll sit in the album like this. When you flip, you'll see this. That's the inside. Now, as I'm doing this and looking at it, this feels blank. When this is totally open, there's nothing added here. I do need something up there. Maybe I have something in the browns that I already have out that I can finish it off with. That would be helpful. I did find something. It's a little bit bigger than I would have liked. I love the phrase though, because we definitely were smiling and we thought these things were so cute. I wanted it up here, but even if I were to cut this down, it would still be pushing like right up against here, and I don't like that. So it's gonna end up down here. I'm just gonna put some staples in there. That way I don't really lose anything on the tag. I don't lose anything on the photo. You can still tell it's a sea lion. So I'll kind of get pretty close to the bottom here. Is that even? Maybe over a little bit like that. Is that better? Like that better. I'm just eyeballing it though. We're gonna go pretty much in the middle like so. Not totally even, but close enough. I don't freak out too much about that kind of stuff unless it's super wonky. So there we go. So now it will sit like that in the album. It will open like so once I get my photo flips that I need, and then it'll go on the album. So here's another one finished for San Francisco. Thanks for watching.